Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is your boy Lewis. Welcome back to the Lewis Basketball Channel. I am back with another one with yet another video, man. And once again, what I wanted to talk about is the Houston Rockets and why I feel like their road is going to be very, very tough if they're going to get to the NBA Finals. And what do I think the keys for me for the Rockets if they're going to make a trip to the NBA Finals? Now, I think in order for them to make it, what they're going to have to do is, for one, they're going to have to be healthy. So health is always the biggest important thing when it comes to a team contending for a championship. Number two, I think Chris Paul. This is very huge because, as you guys know, last year in that 7-game series against the Golden State Warriors, Chris Paul got injured in Game 5. And in Game 5, he messed up his hamstring on a drive to the basket. And usually it's in those kind of pivotal moments that Chris Paul tends to get that, I don't know, I guess he feels like I feel like it's a sense of anxiety that he gets. And he gets always injured at the wrong, inopportune time. So I think that if Chris Paul is not durable, the Rockets aren't going to go to the finals this year. And the worst part is now, they had an opportunity to be the 2nd seed, but because they lost their last game after having a double-digit lead on Oklahoma City, and with Portland and Denver winning last night, it pushed the Rockets all the way to the 4th spot, which means instead of possibly getting the Golden State Warriors in the Western Conference Finals, once, if they get past Utah, which I think they probably will, I have them, like I said in my last video, I have them winning in 6, they're going to face the Golden State Warriors in the 2nd round. Now, James Harden has already faced the Warriors twice in the 1st round and twice in the Western Conference Finals. So I think that want to try something different this time around. They're going to probably meet in the 2nd round. James Harden, to me, he is going to have to eliminate that play style. Because I know Jeff Van Gundy last night was saying that, that he was trying to compare how the style of James Harden and talking about comparing it to the style of Virginia, saying that it's ridiculous to say that they can't win with that type of play style. In one part, I get what Jeff Van Gundy's saying, but there's a lot of things that are going to have to happen. Remember, the Rockets are a streaky team. They don't move the ball as well when they get into isolation situations. And when they do, they settle for the 3. They live and die by the 3. And the thing is, that's the key word, if those 3s are falling, the Houston Rockets, again, are going to be a very dangerous team. Remember, they lost their defensive pieces in Trevor Ariza and Luc Mbah a Moute. They have signed Austin Rivers. They've gotten Kenneth Faried. They have Iman Shumpert. So their team is good. The only question is how many minutes are those guys are going to play, because D'Antoni, he loves to shorten his rotation and always goes most of the time with a 7-man rotation. He's known for that, which means that Chris Paul and James Harden are going to be logging heavy minutes. And remember, Chris Paul is going to be 34 in May. So I think that Chris Paul is going to have to be as fresh as possible. I think the Rockets are going to have to try, if they can, to be able to at least get a gentleman sweep on the Utah Jazz if they're going to, get enough rest so that they'll be able to save the minutes for the Golden State Warriors if they happen to make it that far. And Utah is a very good team. They're a physical team, very good defensive team. And I think that the defense is going to me, win them at least 2 games. And they do share the ball. They won 50 games this year. So I think, Utah has a shot, but they're going to have some things fall into their place in order for them to win because they're offensively challenged. But I think if here's the thing, how to beat the Rockets, make James Harden a scorer. Don't make him a passer. Eliminate his free throws. You do those things, force him to his right. Don't let him go left. He is just about as useless when he goes to his right. And that's not trying to disrespect Harden. It's just basically telling you he has a very limited offensive game when you force him away from his strong side. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that James Harden is not having a great scoring season. He is. The problem is he really only scores in certain ways. See, when somebody who can score, who has a diversified skill set, it's very difficult to guard them because they can go to something when you take something away. That's what I be trying to tell people, and that's what they fail to understand with James Harden. That's why I had him in my list of overrated players. He's having a great season, and I give him credit, as I said. But is his play style, with the minutes that he plays and knowing that he's conscious of his stats, is it going to translate to the postseason? So my thing is Harden's play style, Chris Paul's durability, Mike D'Antoni's coaching style. And the Rockets need to move the basketball, and they're going to have to play defense if they are going to go to the NBA Finals. If none of those things click for me, the Rockets are going to be gone, and they're not going to make it even at least to the Western Conference Finals. But these are my keys in order to go to the NBA Finals, because the Rockets have a good enough team to once again go deep. And people saying, you know, they got it figured out. They can understand how to beat the Golden State Warriors. Remember something: DeMarcus Cousins is here this time, so. Well, people can say, well, you know, they haven't really adjusted with Cousins. You know, he's only been here for a while. You know, it's like the Warriors have to go to a different style because he's a post player. Also, if they happen to face the Warriors, they're going to have to get Cousins in a lot of pick and roll if they're going to do that. And once again, Golden State can counter with Mr. Andrew Bogut. So let's remember that. So, biggie. Let me know what you guys think, man. No, as always, man, Lewis with another one, man. So those are my keys for the Houston Rockets if they are going to win against the Golden State Warriors and make a run to the NBA Finals. That's the only way I honestly see the Houston Rockets having a shot at trying to win a championship and at least make a deep playoff run. So those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think, man. As always, man, bless up, one love, peace. Thanks for watching.